Hello. In this knowledge material, we will talk about mesh quality and how can we differentiate between a good mesh and a bad mesh. There are certain criteria that we can use to differentiate the quality. One of the criteria is the cell being not too distorted. So you can see that the mesh cell in the bad column looks quite distorted compared to this cell in the good column, which is almost like a perfect rectangle. The second criteria is the cell not being too stretched. So for numerical reasons, we don't want the cell to have a really high aspect ratio. And that's an example of a bad cell that you can see here, where one side is much longer compared to the other side. So even though this mesh is not distorted, as in the side faces are not very angular, but since it is so stretched out, it can cause numerical problems, either inaccuracy or stability issues. The third criteria is a smooth cell transition. So you don't want a big jump between two neighboring cells. So you can see an example of a good transition on the left here, where the cell size between this cell and the neighboring cell is not by much. It's only changing by a factor of maybe 1.1 to 1.2, which is acceptable. On the other hand, in this bad column, you can see there's a huge jump between this first cell to the second cell, and it jumps almost by 5 times. So a big cell size jump can cause a lot of inaccuracies, because remember, fluent is a cell-centered code. So by storing the values of all the different flow parameters at the center, you are leaving a wide gap between the two neighboring cells, and that leaves a lot of room for inaccuracies. So there you go. Those are the 3 different quick ways to identify good cells versus bad cells. Thank you.